Parker, y'all put in a lot of work this year, man. What was it like to experience a win Saturday, celebrate with your teammates?
When you invest like that every week, it's a great feeling, to come out on top. And just like myself, trying to work my game to get better every day, and seeing the results of just getting the win, regardless of how it looked.
Does it, I don't know, take some pressure off you guys' shoulder to get back in the win column, or does it just make you more hungry for the next one to experience the same?
I think it just makes us more hungry. I don't think there's ever pressure to winning a game. If you do your job, you work hard, it should work out the way you want it to.
Parker, I feel like the past, I don't know, at least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, the offensive line has really got some good push, especially in the run game. I mean, what did it take for you guys to get to that spot?
That's a really good question. I think it's just a mindset, how we prepare. I started to look at things positively and not, so negatively. And, even when I lost a rep, in practice or something, just how can I get better from that? So I feel like we all had that mindset and just, carrying on from that.
You think as you got older, you were able to kind of reach that mindset now? I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe as a freshman, if you're getting beat, maybe you might get down on yourself, but now you're able to look at it differently.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the game. Like, the game teaches you so much and how to approach things mentally. And I see everything as a positive regardless of the situation. Like, our season, it isn't the way it's going, but I see it as a positive, and it's going to be a good lesson I teach myself or I learn from myself in life, beyond football.
Coach Mogridge coming in, and you guys have kind of moved some pieces around up front all season. So, it's been a learning experience, it seems like. But do you feel like towards the end of the year, you guys are starting to kind of mesh together up front?
Yeah, absolutely. The chemistry's there. I feel like even with guys that, have rotated different positions are starting to gel with guys that they weren't used to playing beside. And I just appreciate, everybody coming in, just working and keeping that same mentality every day.
Speaking of moving positions, you were on the right side last year. You moved to left this year. Obviously, you're still a blindside tackle with Holton being a lefty. But how's that transition been? What's been the same? What have you had to adjust?
Like I said earlier this season, I'm comfortable there. I've positioned my body to play left side more and more now. But it's a learning experience. This is the first time ever I've probably had a full season of being a full-time starter. It's also playing left side fully, so it's a learning experience and just continuing to improve and see what I can do, beyond.
Navy does, as much defensively as y'all probably will face. So the challenges of facing that, kind of trying to maybe diagnose what they're doing pre-snap, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I talked to some of the guys about it, like Dustin, and I was just saying, we got to be real technical with our steps and our hands because these guys do a lot of things we do. And they mix things up, which makes it difficult for teams to score on. And that's why, teams can't really score on our defense like that because the way we play the game physically and how we mix things up as a scheme.
Is it good that there are some similarities, between Blake's scheme and obviously their coach? So you do have maybe some, expectation of what you might see Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same thing, but I feel like they're going to add something new every time. You don't know what they're going to come with. And if we do what we're supposed to do today at practice, tomorrow, and the rest of the week, we'll execute well.
Coach talked about working on Navy for the last month or so. Is that an offense thing or just a defense, or is it everybody's just kind of focused on aspects of the Navy game?
Well, I think it's everybody. It's guys on scout team included. Like, they got to do their job to make sure we get the best look for the game on Saturday. And offensively and defensively, they do things that are difficult for teams to stop, and that's why they're a really good opponent.
Could you maybe highlight the scout team in a week like this? They don't get maybe the recognition they deserve, but those guys, they got to put in a ton of work, and how much y'all rely on them to prepare y'all.
We rely on those guys, weekly, and especially this week. Coach Thompson, I know he's gonna get those boys right for defense. So I'm excited to see how he schemes things up for practice, and I'm just excited.